It's podcast time. Come on, grab your friends. We'll talk about various topics with Chance and Blaine and Spencer the humans. The fun will never end. It's podcast time.
Hey, what's up, Internet?
Hey, guys.
The Cheerleader effect here is Spencer.
And Blaine.
And Chance.
All right.
The whole gang's here this time.
Yeah.
And we have to thank Blaine for that awesome intro.
It was pretty incredible.
Well,
We're actually just going to add it in after the fact. Chance hadn't even heard it.
Yeah, I haven't at all. You're right, but I bet it was pretty incredible.
It was awesome. I just wanted to make it, toss it out there.
Yeah. Now you have to do
just
it.
tossing it out there.
Yeah.
All right.
Giggity. Okay.
Giggity, giggity, giggity goo.
So,
Stick around.
Did I miss anything exciting last week?
Not really. You pretty much missed us, bullshitting about nothing for 2 hours.
Oh, so what
we talked about something. What the fuck did...
We talked about what we did when we were bored in school.
Yeah.
I feel like we've had that conversation already
I'm sure we've had it
though.
plenty of times, but...
Maybe.
I mean, on the podcast, though. I think we talked about that on the first one, too.
Fair enough.
Maybe. I don't know.
We
made
talked
it
something
official
about
last time.
school.
Yeah, you didn't miss a whole lot.
Okay, well, good. What's going on now?
Yeah.
We have 2 more followers.
We do?
I think
Yeah.
on Facebook.
Good.
Well, that's neat.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we do.
So what
I
does
remember
that
that.
put us up to now?
I think 2? 3?
Sick.
Technically 3. You've got your friend, and the 2 that followed us on Facebook were my friends.
Okay.
So
Yay, so 3 people listen to our shit.
Yeah.
maybe.
Sweet.
Maybe.
At least they pretend to.
Yeah, listen to at least a second or 2 of it. Yeah.
That'd be nice.
So far this podcast is going
Nowhere.
Nowhere.
And we didn't really think of any talking points.
Wait, yeah, we did. We just exhausted them already. Go back to the TSA thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the TSA. This is something that I brought up to Spencer about a few days ago. Whatever. The TSA decided to allow pocket knives. Starting to allow pocket knives back on airplanes.
Yeah.
What are you guys' thoughts on that? I think it's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
It's my understanding that they did it in an effort to make people stop complaining about how strict they are. But realistically, I think that was the worst possible thing they could have made okay on a plane.
Maybe got up to 5 ounces.
Yeah,
of
exactly.
Fluid.
Maybe let me bring just a normal amount of fucking soap with me on vacation.
Yeah, or...
But no, I still can't do that.
Like
but
my
my God, I
shampoo.
can have a pocket knife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll just shave
Or
a layer
fucking
of
Zippo
Zippo
lighter.
every morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can have a Zippo lighter. And what did you say? Like a gas thing? Like a compressed gas?
Yeah, compressed gas canisters.
Yeah.
Apparently
In case I'm going to a
you can
paintball
bring compressed gas canisters. That seems far more dangerous than a fucking lighter.
Yeah, especially in a compressed air cabin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not the best decision.
That seems weird. I don't know.
Yeah, here, let me pull up that list of shit that I had written down.
But while he's doing that, like I was telling you guys, since I signed up for the petition.org or whatever the hell it is, for SOPA and PIPA and all the other ones, I keep getting petitions, like people wanting to sign me to sign their petition for things, and I got one last Thursday or something like that.
Yeah.
For a petition to once again ban all pocket knives from being allowed on planes.
Is that a liberal thing or a conservative thing?
I think it's just a fucking crazy thing.
That might
I
be.
really do. You have to think about it like this. When I think of a pocket knife, I know there are some pretty big pocket knives.
But a Swiss
But
Army
when
knife.
I think of a pocket knife, I think of a Swiss Army knife style, the blade is no more than 3 inches.
Yeah.
And probably not even that.
And it's got a
probably,
toothpick and a pair of tweezers.
Yeah, and maybe a corkscrew.
Maybe.
A pair of small scissors.
Yeah.
No, I carry a clip knife, which is just the blade that folds in, and even that blade's not very big.
Yeah, you still can't take
It's
spring-loaded
under 4 inches.
stuff in, though.
Yeah, and mine also that. It's not a switchblade.
Yeah.
It's an assisted opening, but
Yeah.
No.
I don't kill people. I just have it for opening boxes and shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're
And see, that's what bugs me. They're but it still can't be, a switchblade or a stiletto. I'm like, Oh, so you mean it can't be the knives that are fucking illegal to carry around anyways? No fucking shit, dumbass.
Yeah.
True story.
Like, why,
Yeah.
I don't understand it. Like, I just kind of sat there and read a few comments, and they were like, yeah, I'm a flight attendant, and I'm scared for my life. And I was like,
really?
Seriously? If somebody pulls out, like, a 2-inch blade on you, you're going to be scared for your life?
Yeah.
I would laugh in their face and then kick them in the nuts.
I feel like in that
because
situation...
somebody like that has huge balls, and they would be easy to kick.
Yeah, well, I feel like in that situation especially, like, if somebody pulls out, like, a fucking 3.5-inch knife, and they're like, oh, I'm gonna take over this plane, I feel like at that point there would be, like, 7 or 8 guys on the plane that are gonna be like, no, you're not.
Yeah, no.
That's just not gonna happen.
I assume there are still flight marshals on these flights.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Air
marshals, sorry. But yeah, like, there's still people who have, like, tasers and shit on the plane.
Yeah,
that are there to defend the plane.
Like, the farthest the guy with a knife is going to get is he may draw some blood from one person.
Yeah,
when
but that person's more than likely going to live unless they hit a major artery.
Yeah, exactly. Well, he's only going to draw
lucky.
blood when he's fallen to the fucking ground after being tased and he accidentally cuts them, like, on the arm. Like, it's not even going to be a big deal.
Yeah, and you'd think, the guy whose sole job it is to fucking tase people who get unruly on a plane, you think he can accomplish that?
You would think. Like, I have confidence. I have the utmost confidence in the air marshals. Yeah. Like, I'm not...
Are they on every flight, or is it kind of a random thing, though? I don't know how that works.
Know.
I don't either.
Because there'd have to be a fuck ton of air marshals to be on every flight.
They're on every flight I've ever seen in a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's a completely
that's how that works,
story.
though.
But yeah, like... I don't know. And I just thought it was ridiculous that people were...
But going back to that, like...
for their lives.
The TSA is ridiculous about a lot of things. Like, there's a lot of overkill when it comes to what you can and can't take on a plane. Or, like, walk near an airport with. But, like, I would gladly give up my right to take my pocket knife with me on a plane in order to take, like, a reasonable amount of soap and a regular ass pair of shoes. Like, I don't have to go find special fucking foam shoes. Yeah. So there's no metal in them that I can fucking pull out of the shoe and form into a little shiv and stab people to death. Like, some of the things are just utterly ridiculous, and I would gladly give up my right to carry a pocket knife in exchange for some of those other ridiculous restrictions to be lifted.
True.
Yeah. But see, here's some of the fantastic things that you can. I don't remember it entirely. I'm pretty sure I copied this list basically verbatim. Or maybe I didn't copy it verbatim. Maybe I just put some of the stuff in there that I saw. But this is stuff you can bring and carry on. Scissors or blades, or scissors with blades shorter than 4 inches. Dumbbells and hand weights. And I didn't bring this up earlier. If I had a fucking dumbbell in my fucking hand, I could beat the fuck out of someone with that.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly, and for that matter, like, you could chuck a dumbbell across the room, and if you have a reasonable amount of aim, you're probably going to knock somebody. At least knock them down, if not knock them out.
If you want to throw it at the fucking pilot's door, since it's going to be locked, and open it, and then take the plane down,
bust a fucking hole right through the door.
Exactly.
Yeah. I still feel like a dumbbell is going to get you about as far as a blade that's a pocket knife.
Fair.
I feel like it'll get you a little further than a pocket knife, actually.
But, I mean, seriously, like, the difference between a carry-on bag and, like, the backpack that you, like, put under your seat or something like that is completely different. Because the backpack you put under your seat, you're probably not going to be carrying a dumbbell in.
Yeah.
I mean...
You are if you're going to use it for that purpose.
I guess if you are going to use it for that purpose, yes, you would.
But realistically, if you're getting on a plane with a dumbbell with the intention of using that dumbbell to hijack the plane, you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
You're about as dumb as you would have to be to use a box knife. Not a box knife, but a...
Pocket knife?
Yeah, a pocket knife.
I think you're still a little smarter. You can also bring ice skates, because no one has ever been hurt by an ice skate.
No, I watched a documentary one time about this dude who almost died because he got his throat slit by an ice skate.
Yep.
That's fucked up.
And then somebody had to come in and, like, hold his, like, jugular closed so he wouldn't bleed out until the paramedics could get there. It was really fucked up.
Small compressed gas cartridges, some musical instruments, not brass or too big stringed instruments. Like, I could beat the shit out of someone with a fucking flute.
Yeah, or a clarinet.
Does that not clarify as a brass? Or I guess that's a woodwind.
It's a woodwind.
It's a woodwind, yeah.
Fair enough.
Knitting needles and needlepoint needles.
You could get a lot farther with those than you could with a pocket knife, probably.
I don't know.
You can bring scuba knives. You can't bring scuba knives. I think you can bring tennis rackets, skinning knives, baseballs, softballs, other balls.
Skinning knives.
Or maybe that's some more stuff that you can't bring. I don't know.
But
you can't bring ski poles. Good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In case
somebody... I carry those around in my carry-on.
Those skis yours?
You can bring parachutes, too.
Both of them?
And I said that's not suspicious at all. You can bring a parachute onto a fucking plane.
It's either really, really shady or you're just really paranoid.
Yeah, exactly. Agreed, yeah.
Like, that's the only two. Like, either I'm going to blow the plane up and parachute down, or if the plane blows up, I'm prepared.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
you guys get to die. I'm going to go.
You guys stay here. I'm going to go there, that way, out of the plane.
I'm going to go that way.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of flying myself. I'm not terrified of it, but if I can go somewhere in my car, I would rather do that.
See,
I have control of my car.
Well, I also am not going to fly to Walmart, so there's that.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, if I were to go to like fucking Colorado or California, I would rather drive there than fly there.
I would much rather fly.
I would much rather fly to like California. Colorado wouldn't be too bad.
No,
because it's like a state away.
Yeah, I could do that. Or like I've driven to Chicago before. That's not as bad. But if I'm going to like California or really anywhere that's more than like a drive that can be made in a day, then I'm gonna fly.
Yeah,
fair enough.
But I'm terrified of heights, but I actually really enjoy flying.
Yeah, flying doesn't bother me.
I don't give a shit about flying. I just don't like dealing with all the bullshit you have to fucking deal with.
See, I've never really seen it as that big of a deal. I didn't fly before
9/11. I didn't either.
See, I've done both, so
I didn't. So.
It's actually a difference.
Oh, I'm sure.
Did you ever fly on a plane where smoking was still allowed?
I think I may have. I don't know.
I'm not sure when that was made illegal, but I can't even imagine sitting on an airplane.
I remember people smoking in all sorts of fucking restaurants, though.
Yeah, I remember my parents bitching about that. Even though my mom smoked, my parents still bitched about smoking sections in restaurants. I was like, what? My mom was like, I don't smoke at dinner. I was like, okay.
See, it never bothered me as a kid, and that's why I don't understand why they've done away with smoking in restaurants.
I do and I don't. It never bothered me as a kid when my mom smoked, but my mom didn't smoke around me that much.
My family didn't even smoke, really. So, when somebody, I was in a restaurant and somebody was smoking, I don't remember ever noticing it, ever bothering me. Apparently, these people have super fucking sensitive noses.
Yeah.
Or they just like to fucking whine and bitch and fucking bandstand about how fucking mistreated they are.
The smell never bothered me. The only time I would take issue with it would be like if I had a baby with me.
Fair enough.
That's on me.
Yeah.
Like,
you're bringing
I'll
your
just take
child
my kid
out to a
somewhere
place.
where
Exactly.
No smoking as opposed to bitching.
Go
about
through
people
fucking
smoking
drive-through.
Because
I just wouldn't go to El Charro because that's the only place that I can think of in town that actually has a smoking section still. I guess most of the Mexican restaurants actually still do.
Yeah, they built the fucking IHOP back without it.
That makes sense.
Denny's has a smoking section, but it's only like limited to certain hours.
Really?
That they have a smoking section. Yeah.
And I'm sure Waffle House still does.
Waffle House you can still smoke in, and
can't smoke in IHOP anymore.
B-Dubs you can still smoke in the bar section. Casa, Mexican restaurant.
Yeah. Again, but most bars and most Mexican restaurants are the only places that I can think of, really.
It sucks that you can't smoke in IHOP anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
I went there for the free pancake day.
Do they just not have the glass room anymore?
No. It's laid out really weird. It seems to be a lot more haphazard. Like there's just a fucking wall.
It is kind of odd.
And I haven't been in. I've seen the building, and it looks a lot weirder. Like the layout of the structure itself just looks weird.
I don't know. I liked it. Even with as grudgy as the smoking section was pre-tornado, I was so cool with it. Like the pull down blind things on the window, like you pulled them down and there was like a completely different color because there was just a layer of fucking nicotine and shit, tar and whatnot. Smoking's bad for you.
It is very bad for you.
Yes, it is.
Kind of want a cigarette. No, but yeah, the TSA sucks. So that.
Yeah, they're not awesome.
They're not.
Not at all. Crap. I just had it and then I lost it again.
Were you going to talk about the TSA?
No, I was gonna
segue
into something else, actually. Oh.
Segways are cool.
Yeah, right?
Ridden one. They're really neat.
I haven't ever.
I don't think I have either.
I fell off one.
I can't see that as being not fun.
Not
falling off, but
it was a lot of fun. It's actually they're weird to control because your acceleration and slowing down and whatever is not there's not like hand controls,
right.
But it's in your weight. You
really?
You.
I wouldn't like that.
Feet, and it if you're not used to it, which I wasn't when I rode one because it was just like a demo thing in St. Louis. But after riding one for 5 minutes, my feet and calves were just in horrible pain.
I bet.
So it's a workout.
It is. Well, I feel like it would just be something you'd get used to.
Okay.
Because you're probably just adapt the muscle memory or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. But for the first few minutes, it was
it's
kind
probably muscles you don't really use.
Yeah, exactly. You'd have to kind of develop them. But I think foot and leg muscles are going to be there anyway. You don't usually use them.
Sure. Again, it would just be something you would adapt to usually.
We segued into segues.
We segued to segues.
What I wanted to segue into was I saw a topic, not really a topic. I saw something earlier this week about being politically correct and how it actually hurts our freedom of speech. Specifically, there were just several people commenting about how I'm gay, and if somebody wants to call me a faggot, that's fine with me. Because, one, they're probably ignorant, and it doesn't really hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
And two, taking away that right to say that somebody's a faggot...
It's just as bad as taking away my right to be one.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, if you will.
Or taking away your right to, object to anything, really.
Yeah.
Object or speak your mind about anything.
Yeah. I can see that.
So what we're saying is Michael Richards shouldn't have gotten any shit.
I don't know. Oh, no, I agree.
I'm
Kramer.
Oh, okay.
I feel like saying I feel like he may have gone a little far.
Okay,
because he wasn't doing it to be funny. He was doing it because he was pissed off.
There's a difference between getting flack for something, because people disagree with what you said, and
people wanting to fucking murder you.
Exactly, going on witch hunts because somebody said a word, and completely taking their job away, their whatever,
right,
their support of income, anything like that, that is ridiculous. But if I didn't agree with what he said, I don't know exactly what he said. I haven't actually heard.
Pretty racist.
I understand that it was racist.
He basically said the N-word
a bunch of times
and said, if this was back in the day, he could have these guys hanged.
Fair enough. Okay, see?
So, it's a little fucked up.
Yeah, no. Racist? Yes. Do I disagree with it? Yeah, sure. Or do I disagree with, the general idea of what he said? Yeah, sure. But do I...
Can't disagree with the fact that, there was a time.
Yeah, but I disagree with the fact that he has the right to say those things if he actually thinks them?
Yeah.
No. It's just I also was reading in the same thread. There was something else about somebody wanting to kill people who even thought about raping somebody, and somebody else under that. Yeah, exactly.
Kidding me?
I was seriously, so somebody that has a rape fantasy is a terrible person and should be killed.
Yeah,
they
right.
Have a rape fantasy.
People have
even if they want to do it with somebody in the safety of their home and make it an actual fantasy rape. Just the thought of it actually happening to them or doing it to someone else, that makes you a terrible person.
I remember having a friend of a friend, and they actually used to do rape role play.
Sure,
air quotes.
Well, I didn't know the guy, but it was my friend's friend.
Yeah,
fair enough.
Okay.
But they actually would do rape role play. He would climb in through the fucking window, and I was
absolutely nothing wrong with that. That's super cool.
Weird,
as long as you don't go out and stand at the mall and be I want that one, and then throw her in a van and actually be a fucking criminal, then you can think and do within the confines of good wholesome personness.
But see,
or of your mind.
Of your mind, yeah. Well,
I think about killing people and
regularly
and hitting people with my car and whatever daily.
I want to punch people all the time.
Exactly. But do I actually ever do those things? Have I actually ever done any of those things? Absolutely not.
Outside of a video game?
Outside of a video game.
Well, yeah, video games. God bless Grand Theft Auto.
Exactly. Let me live out my fantasies.
Prototype.
But I mean, seriously, like I just read that and I was like, "You're a dumbass." And the person was like, under that was like, "Thought crime much?"
Yeah.
And I was just like, "Yeah, seriously, like Minority Report to the max."
That's ridiculous. Like I don't know. My mom always said, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all. And that's kind of how I say that's how I am. I'm kind of a dick sometimes, but it's usually in jest.
Well,
and there's but my point is that like it's not necessarily my thing to be like, oh, you fucking nigger, faggot, and derpa, and saying all this horrible shit to people.
Yeah,
I like saying
but
faggot
but at the same time,
I don't know why.
Like. Even like the most despicable fucking redneck you can imagine.
Yeah.
I may not agree with your words, but I will defend to the death your right to say them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. See, and here's my thing with the word faggot. I don't say faggot and mean gay person. Like if I called you a faggot because I was really pissed off at you,
right?
I wouldn't be saying you're gay. I'd just be saying you like sucking dicks, taking dicks in your ass, not because you're gay. Just because you love dicks in your ass or your mouth.
Because you're weird.
And I understand that sounds odd, but that's not the same thing to me.
Yeah, no,
I don't know.
Right,
I don't know why.
It's not a matter of the homosexuality. You just find it despicable to enjoy penis.
No, he doesn't.
No, I'm just
he does
hypothetically.
And the reason I say faggot to people if I want to upset them is because I think they're the type of person who would be upset by being called a faggot. If somebody called me a faggot, I'd just be like, "Yeah, okay,
what's your
whatever,
point?
Dude."
Yeah, that's fair.
But if you call somebody
the type
a faggot,
of person who would be
motherfucker, don't call me a faggot.
The type of person who would be really upset
you,
by
buddy.
that would be the type of person who is exactly like you just described, a big badass bro who's got to assert his masculinity.
Yeah.
No, exactly. I had a gay roommate for a little while when I lived in Chicago. And I would regularly come in and be like, "Oh my god, dude, it smells like faggots in here." I would just give him endless amounts of shit, and he was cool with it because he knew I wasn't trying to be like homophobic or whatever. He knew I was just fucking around.
I had my first gay friend when I worked at a Mexican restaurant, and he was a cool guy. And I was talking to him about it. I was like, "So, what's it like being homosexual?" He's like, "Dude, don't say homosexual. I fucking hate that word." I'm like, "Okay. Should I say gay?" He goes, "Just call me a fag." I'm like, "Alright, fag." And after that, I just called him a fag all the time, and it was great.
Yeah. No, as long as like, I feel like, okay, I'm not gay, but I feel like if I was gay, it wouldn't bother me for someone to call me something like that, because odds are if they're calling me that, they're either doing it jokingly, and in that situation, they're probably my friend, and I'll have something equally despicable to say back to them.
Sure.
Apparently, my word of the day is despicable. Or they're so fucking stupid that it's not even worth my time to be bothered by it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, if I took every ounce of my time that somebody tried to offend me or say something mean to me and just let it get to me every time,
you'd be really busy.
I would be really busy.
Yeah.
Maybe not me personally.
Well,
like, just
a person
me as a person, if that happened, like I would be a really busy person, as would you, as would Spencer, as would anybody. 99%
of the time, if somebody says something that's supposed to be hurtful to me, I'm just like, oh, okay, whatever. And that 1% of the time where it actually kind of gets to me, it gets to me for like a couple of minutes, I'm over it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, usually.
I don't know,
I don't know, some things get to me and I'll fucking dwell on them for days, but that's rare.
Every once in a great while that will happen, but that is very, very rare.
People have to really push just a couple of my buttons for me to get that pissed off.
Usually when somebody gets to me like that, it's because they are upset about something that I'm doing.
Yeah.
Like, specifically playing a game of Magic.
Yeah.
Somebody's like, "Oh, you're just getting really lucky. Like, you shouldn't win this," or whatever. Like, you're playing terribly. You play terrible cards or whatever.
That's fair.
I'm just like, dude, why can't you just be a fair loser? Why can't you just lose and fucking deal with it? Or concede or get up and walk away or do something else? Why do you have to spend your time insulting somebody else? Like, it upsets me because they're spending their time insulting me when they could be, getting up and going to do something else. But instead, they're taking the precious minutes of their life to waste mine.
Yeah. I feel that. I'm not that kind of sore loser where I'm like, "Oh, you beat me. You suck." because that makes sense.
Exactly.
No, I'm not really. I don't enjoy losing, and I'm not very good at it.
No,
but at the same time,
is.
if I lose, I'm gonna be like, well done. That was fucking impressive.
Well, and if I lose and I'm
fuck that, I'm gonna flip the board.
If I lose and I'm being sore about it,
like
it's usually with my friends.
And
Oh man, I'm just so fucking.
And it's
pissed.
usually because
it's usually about the game. It's not about. It's not because I hate you.
Yeah, exactly.
It's usually because you got fucked.
Exactly.
Yeah,
or
which
something like
which
that.
can happen.
Exactly.
And does regularly.
You can constantly land on Park Place, and it can constantly give you, or Boulevard Avenue, or whatever, and you can constantly be paying $400 per time you land.
Yep.
Or you could constantly be rolling triple dubs, and going to jail.
Yeah, triple dubs.
So, I mean,
that's gonna be my new term for jail time.
Triple dubs.
Be like, hey man, where's Johnny at? Oh man, he got triple dubs.
Awesome.
Shit!
Fucking no visitors, man.
Didn't get to pass go. Didn't get to collect $200.
You're like, where's Johnny? He didn't pass go, man.
He
did not collect
$200 richer.
But I mean,
no, I hear that.
People get unlucky.
Yeah,
People have every right to be mad at luck, even though it's something you can't control.
It's not being mad, trying to be mad at the person for beating you in a game if they did so fairly.
Yeah, exactly.
Is fucking stupid.
Exactly.
And on that note, if somebody cheats and I call them on it, fuck that. I'm allowed to get mad at that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But
I agree. I don't know. That's just one of the things that happened in the last week that I was just... It just really struck a chord with me.
Yeah.
I've never been one for PC. I've never been one for being politically correct.
Yeah.
And you guys both know that.
Yeah.
And Spencer, I think you're pretty much the same way. Chance,
we're pretty politically incorrect sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, and I can turn it up or turn it down as I need
to,
but...
Sure. Company pending.
Yeah.
But, even going so far as calling somebody an African American, I don't believe that you're actually an African American. You were born in America. You live in America. You're a black person. If I'm white, you're black.
Yeah.
Or even Caucasian.
I hate the term Caucasian. Can I throw that out there?
Cock and Asian?
Yeah, exactly. What does that mean that white people are just like Asians with bigger dicks?
I actually read the etymology, I think, behind Caucasian, and it's something about coming from a small. The term comes from, I can't remember exactly what it was. But
please tell me that we're not from someplace that was actually called Caucasia.
No, there was some small valley, I think, somewhere in Asia, and the people that come from there are very, very white. So I guess that's the term for Caucasian. I don't know exactly.
That's weird.
That's just what I remember. That's how I remember it.
I don't know, but I remember
wrong. I probably am completely wrong.
But stepping back to the Caucasian versus African American versus black, I remember when I was younger and being from this area, I had never really met a black person.
Sure.
So when I first did meet a black person, or if I was talking about a black person I had met, I didn't know how to refer to them. Not because I was trying to be politically correct, but because I didn't want to say something offensive. Yeah. I'd never really been taught how to refer to those people, which is just as offensive as saying the blacks. But no, I agree. If I'm a white guy, then you're a black guy. And if you call me a white guy, I'm not going to be like, how dare you? You don't know what my people have been through. I'm going to be like, no, you're right. I'm pretty fucking white. In fact, I'm pale white.
Exactly.
Whatever. It doesn't bother me. And I don't understand why black would have ever been offensive.
Yeah.
I would. Were I a black person, I would rather be called black than the more accurate brown.
Exactly.
And
I don't know. African American is a mouthful.
African American is a mouthful.
Just to bring it down to just things that tick me off. African American is a mouthful, and I don't want to say it every time we're referring to an African American. African American, African American, African American. It just doesn't roll off the tongue as easily as, hey, some black people.
Okay, I worked with a black guy, and I'm not going to say his actual name on here.
My friend is a black person.
But say the black guy I worked with, his name was Chris. Yeah. You know what I called him? You know what I referred to him as? Chris. I didn't say, hey, black Chris. Or, what up, nigga, Chris? I said, what's up, Chris? How's it going today, Chris? Because you're another person.
Exactly.
Regardless of the color of your skin.
Sure. Sure.
Yeah.
And that's how you should refer to a person that you are on a name-to-name basis with, not this black person that I know.
Well, I feel like, though, even in a crowd, like, if I were talking about somebody's t-shirt, like, I'll be like, do you see that guy's shirt? And they'll be like, what guy? And I'll be like, the dude in the red hat. Okay, the black guy.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that's how it would go down. Like, that wouldn't necessarily be the first thing that I specified.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
I feel like that would be the first thing I specified. Because if there's, like, a group of
if
people,
it was like a
and
sea
he's
of
the
white
black
people,
guy, then the black guy.
No, if it's...
So around here, it would be like, the black guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, no, I'm imagining a
But if there's like 8 black
That's
guys,
fair.
I'm not going to go with the black guy.
Exactly.
If there are like 9 black guys and a white guy, I'd be like the white guy.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that?
I'm
imagining
directly to the left of the white guy.
I'm imagining like a group of like several white guys and several black guys, and maybe even several white chicks and several black chicks.
Well,
and
then just say the black guy in the red hat. Because what if there's like more people wearing red hats?
I don't know. How many people wear red hats at office parties?
I don't fucking know. Why would you be wearing a hat in an office party?
Exactly.
I don't know. I don't know why.
And where are you going to these office parties?
Well,
why wasn't I invited?
There's an office in my pants.
Acting like white people work in offices.
Yeah, you racist.
Oh, that's funny.
Only white people can work in offices?
Wait a minute. No. I'm not racist.
But yeah, no, that was just...
Yeah, but see, here's something I actually kind of knew, but I didn't know. Caucasoids
Giggity.
Okay.
are not Caucasoids because they're white.
Oh, Caucasians.
Yes.
You said Caucasoids, and I was like, is that
Caucasoids have quite a lot of excess hair, large foreheads, and low jaws. Whereas Negroids have short, shaggy hair, high cheekbones, and almost perfectly round eyes. That's what makes them Negroids. And Mongoloids, it doesn't list any specific traits, but I'm sure their facial structure and bone structure is different too.
So I'm a Negroid because I've got shaggy hair.
I don't think that's it. I would be closer to Negroid than you.
I don't know. You
Short,
said
shaggy hair.
Yeah, you're what they call a Hebroid.
Well,
that was good. I'm proud of that.
it says sub-Saharan Africa, so I guess that wouldn't be it.
Wait.
As black as you
There's
are.
also a minority of Capoid, or Capoid, which is Southern Africa, and Australoid, which is Australia and Melanesia.
Huh.
Melanesia.
I guess.
Interesting.
That's where melons are from.
And here's the example on Urban Dictionary. That nice young man who works in the local SPAR is a member of the Caucasoid race. Because that's how people talk to each other.
I imagine that conversation happened almost as much as our conversation from last night about the crack shits.
Exactly. Exactly.
Oh, no.
That was good.
For the record, neither of us do crack. It was just a joke.
It was a joke. That was a funny joke.
What is our...
Also, apparently, Zoid is a slang term for white person.
Yeah?
It's a derogatory.
Oh, I was going to start saying, what up, my Zoids?
Someone needs to tell that Zoid to slap their noisy kids the hell up before I do.
Slap
Who said that, O.J. Simpson?
Yeah, I had listened to those Zoids talking all over their face as usual. Talking all over their face?
I hate it when people talk
like
all
this?
over their face.
Who the fuck says these things?
O.J. Simpson.
Sure. I don't know.
Oh, Daddy, why did you eat my fries?
I don't know.
Whoa. We're still recording, guys.
They were mine.
I know.
Yeah, we kind of dropped off there.
Sorry about that.
Dropped off there. Look at that sweet crop top.
Oh, that is fine.
Motherfucker's wearing a Walmart bag for a crop top. That's lovely.
Damn.
That's on the Tosh.0 website if you want to go look at that.
Is he trying to be a lumpy spaceman?
Tosh.0 name drop.
I'm not even sure what the...
We'll take royalties.
I don't even know what the fuck that tattoo is, but it looks fucking...
We will take your royalties.
Tosh.0 is going to
All
pay
of
us.
them. They're not.
For advertising. No, they're not. They're not even going to hear this.
Who's not going to hear what?
Tosh.0. I said they were going to pay us for advertisement, but that's probably not true.
If anything, we'll get a letter in the mail asking us for money for using their name.
For sure.
Let's see what Fox News breaking news updates are.
That sounds like a fun game.
You guys ever sent a text to the wrong person that was like just really inappropriate?
Really for the wrong person?
Really for the wrong person.
I did once at a New Year's party at your house like 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah?
I sent a text that was actually intended, if I'm not mistaken, it was actually intended for her in there. But instead I sent it to my mom, and it was something about how drunk I was.
Yeah?
That was pretty inappropriate.
That seems pretty inappropriate.
That's the worst.
I don't think I have. I've come close.
The best one I can think of is I was watching The 40-Year-Old Virgin one night. And I got to the very end where they start singing The Age of Aquarius.
Yeah.
And the last person I texted was my mom. And I didn't realize that was the last person I texted. I meant to text Denny. And I sent "This is the Age of Aquarius" to my mom, and she was like, "What?
What?"
She just had no idea. That's the most inappropriate text I could think of.
Fair enough.
No, I sent. Actually, speaking of Denny, the text I sent to my mom, after realizing that I sent that text to my mom, I called my mom and said that Denny had stolen my phone and was sending random texts to people's mothers.
Such a douchebag.
And she believed me.
Of course
I was underage, man. No, I wasn't. I never drank underage. That's illegal.
Exactly.
Anyway.
Come on.
I'm lying.
I drank underage.
Yeah.
I totally did too. I'm not even gonna pretend like.
I think the first time I got drunk was like when I was 14 or 15.
Yeah.
See,
in school.
I was like
in school. What'd you do?
Yeah, I think so.
Take a swig from a bottle of water, which
I took a
vodka?
fucking Mrs. Dash bottle full of gin to school.
Oh God!
How did you get away with that?
I don't know apparently no one thought.
I'm just drinking
full
out
of liquid.
Mrs.
Yeah,
Dash bottle.
no, I don't know how the fuck I got away with it. I'm not even sure why I fucking did it. We had planned tests. Like, see, here's the thing.
Oh, I think I've heard this story before.
Yeah, my buddy came over one night to spend the night with me, and when we were kids, and he had a Nestle Quick bottle full of gin.
Oh, hardcore.
Yeah, right. So we drank it and we stashed it.
It tasted a little bit like chocolate too.
We stashed it away.
Too bad.
It was pretty good. I really like gin. I discovered that night. I love gin.
See, I don't like gin.
I think I got a little tipsy that night, and maybe a little tipsy a few days after. I don't really remember. But the first time I remembered getting really drunk
was at school.
I had a Mrs. Dash bottle full of gin, and we had planned tests.
You were such a class act.
And so between a couple of our tests, I think I went to the bathroom and drank most, if not all, of this Mrs. Dash bottle full of gin, and it tasted like fucking Mrs. Dash. It was awful.
I bet.
Oh, that's nasty.
It was nasty. But I drank it all, and I went back to class, and I'm sitting there taking my test, and at some point the letters started looking like they were swirling around and shit, and I'm just like, that's not right. That shouldn't be happening, man.
Not normal.
God.
And I remember laying my head down for a minute, and then I woke up, and they're like, all right, 5 minutes left in the test. I was like, oh, shit. I was like fucking filling in answers and shit.
That's funny. No, I remember the first time.
Never did that again.
I bet you still did really well on that test.
I think I did.
I bet you did. You are like Stephen Hawking. No, I was 18 before I drank. Smart. But I actually went to a bar with some friends. That was a kind of a shady dive bar in the town I went to college my freshman year in, and they didn't card because I was just 18. And they had pictures of this stuff called Blue Lagoon that were like on a special. They were just like $3 or $4.
Sounds delicious.
Yeah. It was like blue raspberry Kool-Aid. It was just glorious. I sat down. I was sitting there with my buddy Matt, and we had these little itty bitty plastic like water cups from the bathroom to drink out of, and we were just kind of down in it. And we got through one pitcher, and we had another. And we were just sitting there, and I was like, "This stuff must not be very strong." I figured after drinking as much as I did, I'd be wasted. But it was the first time I'd ever drank. Didn't really know what to expect. Then I stood up. Then I fell down. And then I stood back up, and there's some intermittent parts that I don't remember, but I was laying on the sidewalk outside waiting for a ride home, and then I woke up the next morning.
Nice.
Yeah,
that's one of the things we talked about last week, wasn't it? How we wish there was a Fridays and a Bennigan's, because I told my first whatever shot story.
Bennigan's are awesome.
Right?
Every time I go to Chicago, I gotta eat at Bennigan's.
I fucking love Bennigan's. There's one in Tulsa I need to go back to.
I also wish we had a Chili's. I love Chili's.
I always love to have a Chili's. I fucking love Chili's.
Chili's is boss.
I like
Have you
Fridays
ever
and I
had
like Bennigan's.
Chili's Southwestern egg rolls?
I don't think so. What I did have last time I was there was their phenomenal fajitas.
Oh, yeah.
And they were just awesome.
Chili's makes great food.
Like steak, shrimp, and
no, their Southwestern egg rolls had like they were egg rolls, but instead of having regular egg roll shit in them, they had like a little bit of ground beef and some like corn and black beans and some spices and shit. It was fucking awesome.
That sounds really good. That sounds really, really good.
Now I'm fucking starved.
I am not.
I want to go to KFC. I don't really want to go to KFC.
Right.
Okay, so let's play a little Google autocomplete game.
Okay.
All right.
We need a song for this bit too. We just need like a little intro noise.
No, see, because here's the thing. I got this idea from Rooster Teeth before they started doing what I'm about to explain. I got this idea from Rooster Teeth. I'm like, this would be a fun little thing to do every week.
Yeah.
And we've only done it like 1 week, but that was like 2 weeks ago. Now they've started a game called Gavin or Google, in which they pick a phrase and they type it in here and see what Google autocompletes to. Mm-hmm. And they give the phrase to Gavin, and he completes a question about it. And they're all stupid. Apparently, there are stupid people looking shit up on Google, and Gavin's not that. Ask some dumb questions.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
That's lame.
So I feel bad, yeah, because, like, apparently I had the same idea they well, a little different, I guess. Because we're not trying to see which one of us is dumb. What question should we type in, though? Or what phrase?
We should ask Google... Maybe start with a why does.
Okay.
Start with
why
that.
Does.
See what happens from
Let's
there.
see. Here's why. Why is snow white? Why is the sky blue? Why do we dream? Why does ice float?
Not unreasonable questions. You need a space.
Mm-hmm.
Why does
adenine pair with thymine? Holy shit, that's fucking smart as shit,
wow.
man.
Why does my stomach hurt?
Why does my stomach hurt? Why does my tongue hurt?
Well, that's good. Let's maybe say why does the or the, depending on what follows. Why does the world exist?
Why does the world exist?
That's a good question for Google to answer.
Why does the earth spin? Why does the Pope change his name?
What?
Motherfucking kidding me.
I actually don't know that one.
Our new.
Oh, I thought you meant like why are there different names for popes?
Oh no!
I thought they were just asking why does the Pope change his name? Like there was Pope John Paul and then there was Pope Benedict. I'm like those are different people.
No. I don't know why the Pope actually changes his name from like his birth name to.
Oh, do they do that?
Name? Yeah.
Oh.
Because whatever the Pope's name is, Pope Francis is that?
Yeah.
His name is not actually Francis.
Okay. So
his
they had like
actually something else.
There's like a Pope Pius and stuff like that. Okay.
Hang on.
Oh, okay. Right on.
Why does the caged bird sing?
Is that a song or something?
I don't know.
Maybe try a different letter. Just throw down any letter you want. Okay.
Hey, I knew that.
I typed an H, but nothing was that funny.
Yes.
Why does the ring make you invisible?
Why does the rule of 72 work? What's that?
I don't know.
Why does the internet love cats?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
What's your...
Pope Francis's actual name is Jorge Mario Bergoglio?
He's Argentinian.
Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, we didn't talk about that, did we? New Pope?
Yeah. He's Argentine.
He's Argentinian.
And he doesn't... I've seen pictures of him, and while he looks like an elderly gentleman, he doesn't look like he's 119 like the last popes did.
No, he was...
He was
born in 36.
Why does the P?
Before World War II.
Why does the P? Why does the Pope change his name? Why does the Pope wear red shoes?
Why does the Pope look so evil?
Yeah. Why does the poor man drink coffee? What? Apparently some rich people don't understand why poor people drink coffee.
Why does the poor man drink coffee?
I like coffee. I also like tea, though.
Hey, nothing wrong with that.
Do rich people drink tea? Is that a stuck-up-y thing?
I don't know.
Why does the YMCA cost so much? Why does the YouTube app keep buffering?
Because you have a shitty connection.
Why does the YouTube app not work? Why does the year start on January 1st?
I've always thought the year should start on September 4th, personally.
Right?
That's when Jesus was born.
Why does The Grudge kill people?
What?
The Grudge.
Alright.
The movie, I guess. I don't know.
The movie kills people because it's so bad?
Why does the government hide aliens from us?
That's great. That is just great.
No, that's not funny. Well,
you're not funny, Spencer.
I know. Why does the news lie?
It's a good question.
Why does the Nile flow north?
Why does the new iTunes suck?
Yeah. Hold on, here. I want to see this. Why does the flag have 13 stripes? Why does the Fed buy bonds? Do people not know why the flag has 13 fucking stripes?
I would hope.
You know, if they don't, I'm glad they're searching for it on Google to find out.
I guess.
I hope that every single person that doesn't know why the flag has 13 stripes is Googling it to find out why.
But do they? Then they probably also are asking, why does the flag have 50 stars?
People, man.
People. I don't know. But still.
Why does my left shoe not fit on my right foot?
Why does Fox News lie? Why does Fox News hate Obama?
Because he's black.
Why does February have 28 days? Why does Firefox keep crashing?
Because you're having a shitty day.
Why does Fox cancel good shows? Why does Fox... Here, I want to see. Why does Fox News say Usama?
Usama.
Hate Obama, have high ratings. Why does Fox News have high ratings?
Yeah.
I know why. Old people.
And dumb people.
And stupid people. Well, as much as I hate to say it, I'm just gonna not be disrespectful to my elders. It just seems that a lot of them are kind of ignorant, closed-minded.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway.
You guys want to have a short intermission, perhaps? Figure we're probably close to like 45-ish minutes now. Am I rightish?
You're rightish.
I'm rightish. Like a radish.
I think you're leftish.
Alright, short break.
We'll be back.
This is a break in the podcast. Say it.
Break in the podcast.
Say it.
No.
You bitch.
Could spark some conversation.
That could spark some conversation.
We're back.
We are back.
Like the dinosaurs.
That was a great movie.
That was a great fucking movie.
I never saw all the movie because when I was a little kid, that was a book before it was ever a movie.
Well, that's fair.
And I love the book.
You were a little kid in, like, what, the 50s or 60s?
Yeah, it was a long time ago. Dick.
Sorry.
Yeah, we were actually looking over some Ask Reddit topics and thought it'd be fun to answer some of those.
Yeah.
So...
Here's one that's been around for... Well, not around, but it's. I saw it earlier today. For 1 hour, you are no longer bound by any law. What do you do?
Oh, fuck.
Oh, man.
I think the most simple answer is rob a bank. Or several banks. Mm-hmm. You know, like... That's the easiest answer.
Yeah.
So I thought I'd just throw that out there and get that out of the way.
Oh, really?
I would steal a car and then rob several banks.
There you go.
That's what I would do. And it's going back to the whole can't kill anybody for political killing. I would probably find a way to kill some people that are maybe, higher up in the other side, if you will. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's not like a threat. Like, obviously, I'm still bound by laws and have no intention of committing any crimes. But if I were not bound by laws, things I would consider.
Fair enough. It's fair. Here's an interesting one, since we're all guys.
Okay.
Does how long a girl waits to sleep with you really determine how likely you are to stay with her?
Not for me.
So
I think I can toss that out there. Not for me.
Yeah, I don't think that would really affect
Yeah,
a relationship.
It would have to depend on her. Like
usually,
and the compatibility.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, usually in a relationship, I'm the one who wants to wait a little while to have sex.
That's fair.
Because I still have this goal in my life. I would prefer to keep my number of sexual partners under 10 until I get married. And maybe if my wife wants to have like threesomes, then I'll be like, fuck yeah, just get whatever chicks you want anytime. But like before my wife, I'd like to keep it under 10.
Under 10, coming from the person who slept with the most people here.
Yep.
Hold on. Got 1. We got 2. We got 3. I think I'm only at 4.
Fair enough.
Oh, well, then.
Are you a little higher than me now?
No, I'm at 4.
You're at 4? Okay.
Fair enough.
2?
Yeah.
2.
Good on you, man.
Aaron, our dirty linens on the podcast.
Yeah. I don't know.
Or not so dirty, apparently.
Or whatever.
Clean.
I don't know.
In all fairness to me, I did live with one of those girls.
Sure.
And we had sex at least twice a day, almost every day.
Fair enough.
So, on one of those, I have like probably over 200 or 300.
Fair enough. Good for you.
That's fantastic.
Good
I
on
miss that.
I imagine so.
I miss the fuck out of that. I miss the fuck out of fucking.
I don't know. I'm still stuck on the what song gives you shivers.
Like, there's a lot of songs really that give me shivers. Like, being a Fall Out Boy fan, if I haven't heard a certain song in a long time and I like rediscover it, there's a good chance it'll give me shivers.
That's fair.
Like,
I don't know that there's a song that always gives me shivers. Like,
oh, I think probably what's her name?
Couldn't tell you.
The first Gidemo singer.
Oh yeah.
Hirasawa?
Yeah, Iwasawa.
Iwasawa. I think her song is. I think it's actually called My Song.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that song that hits me right in the feels every time. I don't know that I get shivers,
right
but
in the feels, yeah, for sure. Like just reading the lyrics on screen and hearing her sing, and
it's so fucking sad.
The acoustic is just fantastic.
Yeah, I'm getting shivers right now thinking about it.
So
Actually, I'm getting goosebumps.
We could tweak this question a bit and change it to what song always gives you the shits, because I've got a lot of songs already on my list.
Yeah,
it just always make me just want to die a bit.
Whenever I hear Justin Bieber sing "Boyfriend," or really anything,
I will say
exists.
I like the guitar part in that song.
Yeah,
but that's it.
Fair enough.
Saying you like the guitar part in a Justin Bieber song?
It's an acoustic guitar part.
I don't know though. That's like saying you like the dance breakdown in an Iron Maiden song. Like,
no, it's not because there's exactly that's the thing. That doesn't happen.
But it is there, like for the
in that song.
Like
it's kind of I don't know.
It's not impressive or anything.
No, it's just a nice, simple guitar
like,
part.
I've heard songs that I absolutely hate, but like
you'll find one redeeming quality in the music. Yeah,
sure.
I've got
yeah, sure. Like I don't know. Like I'm sure there are a lot of like pop or newer pop songs that have like a really cool beat or a really cool like some kind of like. Because most songs or most pop is going towards like a techno or whatever vibe, not techno.
But even if you want to take
like an electronic vibe,
the song "Larger Than Life" by the Backstreet Boys had a fucking awesome guitar solo in it.
Fair enough.
True facts.
True facts.
Can I just throw it out there? I kind of like that "Bye Bye Bye" song by NSYNC.
That "Bye Bye Bye" song.
I don't know the song. I didn't like it when it came out, but like now that I've gotten older, I can say I like this song. Like Hanson's "Mbop."
Without wanting to call yourself
it's an awesome song. Blaine doesn't like it. Chance and I both kind of think it's awesome.
What song?
Mbop.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not a fan.
And hell, I've loved getting rickrolled since it happened.
Yeah.
Like, those people who bitch about getting rickrolled, I'm like, why the fuck are you complaining?
See, at first I hated it because it was cool to hate it.
Yeah.
And then
I think I did the first
song.
1 or 2 times, and then I after that I was like,
Yeah.
no, I'm hooked. Fuck it.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
I remember that time we drove down. Was it you and me and
Jake.
Jake? Yeah, we were driving down, and
I'm driving on Connecticut, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah, I was still trying to figure out if I thought Jake was a cool dude.
Yeah, he's not.
Well, I don't know. He did start serenading the guy in the truck next to us with "Never Gonna Give You Up."
That's funny.
That's
class.
See,
that was okay for me.
And that was cool. That was funny, and that's why I appreciated Jake. But to give people just that impression of him is kind of unfair. He's also an MMA fighter. Like,
yeah?
he has mastered all the douchebaggery that comes along with MMA fighting.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's fair.
But we have the same birthday.
I would like MMA fighting better if they didn't use gloves. Like, they have those little tiny gloves. What the fuck's the point? Just punch each other, man. Just right in the face. If you want, tape your hands. That's fine. Tape your hands. But don't put on gloves.
Yeah. I don't know.
They don't even wear footwear, do they?
I don't think so.
Yeah, so what the fuck's the point of wearing
I feel
gloves?
like I would enjoy doing something like that, like boxing maybe or something like that. Like, I feel like that would be fun, but
it is fun.
I don't think I'll ever enjoy watching it.
Yeah, no.
Doesn't sound like fun.
Like, I've sparred with people before, just...
Right, like Saiyans.
And exactly, and it's fun.
Because it's fucking awesome.
But, yeah, I can't really watch people doing that. I can watch Muay Thai.
Isn't that
or Chinese martial arts.
Oh.
No, Muay Thai is the the national sport of Thailand, I think. Or it's their form of martial arts. And it's basically a shit ton of knees and elbows. And they fuck each other up.
I imagine so. Well, that's neat. What other interesting questions does Reddit have for us?
Trying to find one that would actually spark a conversation. This is an interesting topic.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever abruptly had a best friend go to enemy status?
Yeah.
I think just about everybody has.
Have you ever what now?
Had one of your best friends abruptly go to enemy status?
Yeah, it hasn't happened to me in a long time.
Yeah,
I was little when it happened, but yeah.
Yeah.
No, I've got a prime example of it actually. When I was in 7th grade, my one of the guys who was a best friend of mine at the time, who we later lived with, Spencer. So now you know who I'm talking about.
Yep, I figured.
He we had been best friends for at this point like 4 years or more. So like since I moved to Webb City, he and I had been really good friends. And when I was in 7th grade, there was this girl I really liked who had been going out with this one guy for a long time. And they finally broke up, and I was going to ask her to dance. And I did, and we went to the dance together, and it was all cool. And then the next day, he asked her to be his girlfriend, and she said yes. Like, right out from under me.
What the fuck?
And when I confronted him about it, all he had was bad things to say about her. And that really upset me.
Yeah.
We didn't talk for several years after that, and then we became debate partners. And then I lived with him for a little while. So we were friends again. And then we weren't anymore because he's a dick.
Fair enough.
So what about you? You ever had that happen?
I don't. I try not to hate people.
Sure.
Like, when I was a kid, you'd always have that one friend who you didn't get along with one day and you'd be enemies, and then the next day you'd fucking get along with, so who the fuck cares? But, since I've gotten older, I don't like to say people are my enemies, but, there was one time I was living with a guy, and I considered him a friend, and, I finally had gotten a job. Like, it took me like a month of living with him, because my parents kicked me out, and I stayed with a friend for like a few days.
I totally feel like this is me.
No. And,
is that a flock of seagulls? Are you talking about flock of seagulls? I don't know what his actual
No. He's cool. We're still cool.
Right on.
No, this was in Tulsa. On that awesome, on top of the hill apartment I was telling you about.
Yeah. Gotcha.
I finally managed to get a job after I think probably a month. And first paycheck, I give him $250, which was most of my fucking paycheck. But I'm like, I'm living here as my half of the rent and utilities and all that shit.
Yeah.
2 weeks later, or maybe it was I got 1 week of pay and I gave him that, and then another week I gave him, more money.
Yeah.
So basically, I gave him damn near 2 paychecks worth of my fucking money.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, one night I'm taking a shower, and he walks into the bathroom and goes, "Hey man," I'm like, "Yeah, what's up?" And he goes, "I'm gonna need you to move all your shit out of here tonight." And I'm like, "What the what?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm just, you're just gonna have to leave." I'm like, "Yeah, okay, sure." He's like, "Okay," and he shut the door. I'm like, "You motherfucking bastard!" And so I got out of the shower and we kind of got into it. And apparently, his crazy girlfriend wanted them to have their own space.
Are you sure you're not talking about the same guy I was talking about?
No.
That seems like a very similar story.
It is a very similar story. But no, not that person. It was a different person.
So you've had this happen to you twice?
Yeah, chicks are fucking nuts, man.
Fair enough.
Chicks are fucking crazy.
Mm-hmm. Huh. Because I was gonna say I've heard a similar story to this before.
Yeah, that is a similar story. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Much more recent.
Also, there's the cocksucking redhead fuck who
decided
to fuck my girlfriend.
There's that guy. I've never met anybody who actually likes that guy. Like currently.
No,
I've met people who have liked the guy in the past.
Yeah, like me. I liked him in the past. I don't care for him.
I'm not a fan.
Yeah, but that's pretty much exactly what everybody thinks of him.
Well,
and you know what? I should have seen it coming because
fair.
When I first met him, he was dating a girl. Then he broke up with her through a text message after he'd already started, screwing around with this other chick.
Yeah.
And then he started screwing around with it. No, then he started screwing around with another chick. And then broke up with the other girl through a text message. And then when he was dating that chick, he fucked my girlfriend.
Man, I'm glad I never knew this guy.
Dude,
I
don't know how I didn't see it coming, judging from his fucking track record. And I think one of the girls he was fucking around with was even his other friend's girlfriend.
Yeah.
So I don't know how I didn't see this coming.
I remember him talking to me about him hanging out with a girl who Blaine happened to date at one point as well, and I think it was before you had dated her. And I may be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was before you dated her, because it was like my freshman year of high school. And yeah, he did not have pleasant things to say about her necessarily. He had very graphic things to say about her, but none of them were necessarily pleasant. He was not a polite gentleman. He was a funny guy, though. I enjoyed hanging out with him because he couldn't fuck me over. I wasn't sleeping with him.
One of the other things we discussed last week when you were gone is gay sex is okay. If you want to fuck some other dude in the ass, go ahead and fuck him in the ass, as long as you don't fuck me in the ass.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I feel that.
Yeah.
We did discuss that.
I have no issue.
Also, I touched on this right before we stopped talking about it. Heterosexual butt sex is pretty fun.
We also touched on that.
On the giving end or receiving end?
Heterosexual. So I'm going to go with
you could have,
giving.
There's
no, I don't want a dildo. No.
There's always fun.
I was on the giving end. I enjoyed it.
It's not a horrible time.
Okay. What's another good Ask Credit question?
Oh.
Ask Credit?
Ask Credit.
What's another Ask Credit question?
Ask Credit.
Ask Credit.
Is your butt writing checks that your fist can't cash?
Yes.
Well, that's going to affect your ass credit.
Exactly.
That's funny.
Oh.
Man, I want to unmute the TV. Sarah McLachlan's on.
Holy shit.
Weehaw!
But this isn't on Jagged Little Pill. So
Delirium.
Wait, Sarah McLachlan wasn't Jagged Little Pill, was she?
No, I'm pretty sure that was the latest Morissette.
Sarah McLachlan had... What album?
Didn't she do...
In the
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I could deal with Sarah McLachlan's music as long as I don't have to look at sad puppies.
Exactly.
Like depressing, like
I actually hate
cats
watching those commercials. I feel so bad. Like,
yeah.
Like I'm like,
Not
yeah,
me.
that's bad, but it doesn't make me feel sorry for them. It makes me pissed off at the people who are taking videos and pictures to try and make me feel bad. I want to find the people who make the videos and punch them in the fucking face, and then pull their hair out so they look like, and then take pictures and videos of them.
Yeah, I worked as a canvasser in downtown Chicago for the ASPA once for a day.
Yeah.
And I didn't go back because do you know how? Okay, you know how that makes you feel bad. Imagine that it was your job to stand on a street corner and flag people down to give you money because there are sad animals in town.
Yeah, I bet that went over well.
Awesome.
That's why I didn't go back. Fuck that job.
I don't know.
Like, I can sell shit, but damn.
You're like, dude, I can do that myself. It's called panhandling, and I'll make more for me.
Yeah. I don't know. They were paying us $10 an hour, though.
Damn, really?
Yeah.
That ain't fucking bad.
I don't know. I always just make my animals watch them.
Who was it? Was it one of you guys who was telling me you saw a guy, like a homeless guy, get up from panhandling and then get into a...
Be him.
Yeah, no, at the Web City Walmart, he was panhandling by the light. Then he got up and I watched him walk all the way back across the parking lot. And in the other corner of the parking lot, he got into a fucking Mercedes and drove off.
Yeah.
That's fucking ridiculous. Is it bad to panhandle? Like, if you just don't want a job, or you can't find a job. Like, if I were to go out tomorrow and start panhandling, would that be bad?
Would you be actually panhandling, or would you be begging? Because there is a difference. Panhandling would be, you're sitting there with your guitar case, and you're playing, I don't know.
Okay, I'd just be begging, because I can't play guitar.
But, I mean, you don't have to just play guitar. You can
hey, do you have an acoustic guitar?
No, it got stolen from my last landlord. Bitch.
Well, I was going to say, can I borrow your guitar? Because then I can learn to play guitar while I beg, and eventually I can panhandle. I'll be learning a skill.
I would learn, like, I don't know, CNC machine operation instead of the guitar.
So, what you do is you beg, until you have enough money to buy a guitar. Then you buy a guitar, and you learn to play it while you're begging. Then you can panhandle, and eventually you become part of a multi-million-dollar band until you are so strung out on drugs that you end up on the street again. But now you don't have to beg for a guitar. You already have the guitar, so you can just start panhandling again.
So you can skip step one and finish the rest of it.
It's cyclical.
True story.
Right.
It's like
I don't think
it's like washing your hair. Lather, rinse, repeat.
I don't think it necessarily works like that. I think once you've been in a big famous band and gotten all strung out on drugs, you can kind of just fade off into the distance and soak up your money that you made in the band.
Right off into the sunset.
Like, for example, Bob Dylan. He made a bunch of music. He did a lot of fucking heroin, and now I think Bob Dylan's dead, but
did he die?
I think he did. Maybe he didn't. Is Bob Dylan dead? Either way,
great segue.
If he's not, he's probably just hanging out somewhere, being all fucking wonky from doing all that heroin, just being like, "What's up, I'm Bob Dylan."
Bob Dylan's awesome.
Bob Dylan is awesome.
Have you ever heard Charles Manson?
No.
His music?
Yeah, I have.
It's actually not bad.
Yeah, it's pretty decent for being a...
Yeah, he's a fucking wackadoo, but
it,
his music wasn't bad.
So you were talking about getting a segue?
No, he's still alive. He's 71.
And he's probably all wonky from doing all that fucking heroin, and he just sits there on a chair made out of $100 bills.
He's published 3 books of drawings and paintings since 94.
Fair enough.
In May 2012, Dylan received the Presidential Medal of Freedom from Barack Obama.
Interesting.
That's fair.
Alright.
That's Bob Dylan.
If you could save one celebrity or influential person who has died in your lifetime, who would you save?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Who has died in my lifetime?
Yeah, your
Freddie
lifetime.
fucking Mercury.
Fair enough.
In a second.
I think mine would be Johnny Cash, actually.
Both great answers. I wish I could say John Lennon, but he was dead before I was born.
I'd say Michael Jackson.
I could say Michael Jackson, but I don't really want to say Michael Jackson. I almost thought Princess Diana.
My son could almost say Michael
she
Jackson.
was a pretty big figure in England.
That's crazy. My son could almost say Michael Jackson. He's like a few hours off of saying it.
Really?
Oh, yeah?
Day of?
Yep.
Really?
Wow.
Yep.
That's cool.
What if your son is Michael Jackson reincarnated?
Oh my god, you're gonna walk into his bedroom one morning and he's gonna be like, "What, Dad?" And you're gonna be like, "Oh, shit."
Well, guess I have to start beating him so he can become great.
Give me that fucking nose of yours. You're not getting it back this time.
That was a little fucking mean, but supposedly, I guess, Joe Jackson?
Yeah.
Beat the shit out of all of his kids?
That's what I heard.
Right. I got the reference.
Yeah, okay, to make sure.
He beat the black out of Michael.
I felt kind of bad after I said it, so I felt like explaining it so much that it wasn't funny anymore. Like maybe that would kind of negate the fact that I said it.
Fortunately, at least it wasn't racist.
I don't remember what you were referencing, but I know it was said somewhere.
I think it was Daniel Toshbit.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Yes, I believe it was. I believe you're right.
Daniel Tosh, what a guy.
He's awesome.
Funny guy.
He's hilarious.
Yeah, I'd probably have to go with Princess Diana.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's fair. Or you say George Carlin. He died.
Yeah.
I kind of want to say George Carlin now, but I'd rather have Freddie Mercury.
Yeah.
I like George Carlin a lot.
George Carlin just died within the last few years, didn't he?
Yeah. Probably within the last 5 or 6 years.
Fair enough.
It's been longer than I think it is.
I was looking at Johnny Cash's Wikipedia the other day. Like, this is probably a month or so back. But still, I realized he was like 68 when he died.
Yeah.
And he had like at least another 10 good years in him.
Yeah.
Before he got too old to do anything at all.
When he recorded Hurt just a few months before he died, when he was in so much pain, that's another song.
Yeah.
Going back to songs that give me chills every time. That is definitely on that list.
Yeah, that's very true. That's a good one.
That is a great song.
That was a good song.
Holy fuck. This kid's fucking Looney Tunes.
Who?
This guy who, I guess he shot, there was a school shooting in February of last year in Ohio. And apparently this guy, you know, number one, he was defiant during the sentencing, smiling and smirking throughout, including while 4 relatives of victims spoke. After he came in, he calmly unbuttoned his blue dress shirt to reveal the t-shirt reading Killer. He wrote Killer on his shirt.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's a class act.
Which the prosecutor noted was similar to one he wore during the shooting.
Which said Thriller.
And here's the most fucked up part. At one point, he swiveled around in his chair toward the gallery where his own family members and those of the slain teenagers were sitting and spoke suddenly, surprising even his lawyer. Quote, "The hand that pulls the trigger that killed your sons now masturbates to the memory."
Oh, that's fucked up.
He said, then cursed at and raised his middle finger towards the victim's relatives. This kid is fucked.
That's wonky as hell. That kid needs.
He said it like a scared little boy and couldn't talk slow enough that anyone could understand him.
What?
Huh.
I guess he said it real fast.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
That kid's batshit crazy. And that can take me to like 4 different topics, but I'm just going to throw it out there that it should not be such a fucking stigma to get mental, to seek out mental help.
No, it fucking shouldn't. And it shouldn't be so hard to get it.
Should also be, I mean...
And see, that's one of the things. I think, you know, we've talked about this, and maybe last week, maybe before. I think mandatory psych screenings for people who want a gun.
Agreed. Wholeheartedly.
That's all there is to it.
Well,
I think
all you're doing is making people who want to get a gun, like, actually resort to stealing it. Like,
because of a psych test?
If you're making it harder for people who want to get a gun to kill somebody, like...
I don't know, though. I feel like a psych test would prevent people like my dad, who's batshit fucking insane, from getting more guns. Because he would be like, I'll follow the law, by God, I'll do it to a goddamn T, but I'm going to have my guns. And then he'd take the test and they'd be like, no, you can't have any more guns, you're out of your fucking mind.
and then he would throw a fit, but he'd have to deal with it. He wouldn't break the law to turn.
He's still already got the guns, though. Like, they're not going to come take the guns away from him.
It'd be awesome if they did.
I don't know, like
for my dad anyway.
There are so many guns on the street anyway that shouldn't be there because they're sold secondhand and have the serial numbers filed off.
Yeah,
and are illegal anyway. Like just illegal to even own for somebody who bought them because the serial numbers are filed off.
Yeah,
like
these aren't the people doing school shootings though.
Right,
doing mass shootings.
Right.
These are gangbangers.
The people that file the serial numbers off of their guns are not the ones doing the school shootings, but they're selling the guns or lending the guns, or the people who are doing the school shootings are stealing them from family members or other people they know. But even if a family member, like even if you're stealing it from a family member, like that's not the family member's fault.
Yeah.
No.
Like
you're right.
If you stole my gun and killed somebody with it,
yeah,
like
that's not on you.
Exactly.
Sure.
It's on me because it was my gun.
Yeah.
And until I reported it stolen, like that would totally be on me.
And to a point, a responsible gun owner should at least take steps to prevent that from happening.
Exactly.
Gun safes or have it hidden or something.
Yeah.
But it pisses me off because my dad, for the record, again, is out of his fucking mind. And within the last couple, maybe 2.5 years, he's decided that, oh my god, he needs to have guns. He hasn't had guns. He had guns before I was born, and then when I was born, he got rid of his guns. He gave them away so they wouldn't be in the house. And then within the last 2.5 years, he's gone fucking crazy, and he's bought like 6 or 7 guns, including like an AR-15. Like, he's got way more guns than he has any use for. And beyond that, he leaves them... I mean, he's got them in cases, but the cases aren't locked and they're just fucking stacked up against the wall, which wouldn't be a big deal until I've got my 17-month-old son over there and he's wandering around grabbing at everything he can get his fucking hands on.
Yeah.
And I mean, yeah, we've got a baby gate up to prevent him from getting back there, but that doesn't change the fact that he's big enough to tackle the fucking thing down. If he really wants to go back there and fuck with him, he's going to.
Yeah. I understand that. Like, and that's on him for being irresponsible.
Yeah, no, I'm just that was just me bitching.
But even if you like grow up in a house,
yeah,
and even if you've never seen a gun in the house,
mm-hmm.
if you knew there was one in the house because somebody talked about it, you could find it because you grew up in that house and you would know all of the hiding spots in that house.
Yeah,
like you could, and you've got plenty of time to look for it too. Like
nobody's gonna find it suspicious if you wandering around your own house.
Exactly.
Like, yeah, exactly. No, I feel that.
And even to a lesser extent, like, say you grew up next door to somebody who you knew had guns.
Mm-hmm.
Like, not that you know their house, but you know that they have guns in their house.
Yeah.
And if they're not in a gun safe, which, I mean,
realistically,
they probably should be.
Yeah, definitely.
But if they don't have anywhere to put a gun safe, like I don't right now, or if they don't...
If they can't afford a gun safe because gun safes are fucking expensive,
and even so, even if you're going to keep a gun, like you should have, if you're using it for home defense, you should probably have at least a handgun fairly accessible to yourself.
Sure.
Right.
Like in case of emergency. Like, but you don't want to have to go put in a code for a gun safe.
When somebody's busting
exactly.
And that's fair. But to go back to that, even the neighbor kid, it wouldn't be too shady if they were just like, hey guys, what's up? Can I get a cup of sugar? Maybe use your bathroom? Wander around upstairs in your closet for a few minutes? Like, I feel like it wouldn't be that difficult. Or if nothing else, like, well, one of my really good friends growing up lived 2 houses down, and I knew how to break into their house. I knew where they kept their spare key and everything.
Yeah.
So I could just, oh, you guys are going on vacation, have fun, see you later. Okay, now I'm going to take an entire fucking week to find the gun in your house.
Sure.
So I can, do a bunch of crack and kill the neighbors. Or whatever my prerogative may be.
Exactly. Or like, I work every day from X time to X time, and the lady goes to school every day from, a certain amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you leave the house, you're gone for an hour or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like, somebody could find the time, like find a window to break into the house and steal a gun or something like that. Like,
it wouldn't be difficult.
It's easy. It's easy and it's not, but it's easy enough. Like,
Like, if I really wanted to do it, I could probably get away with it. Like, I mean, it would take me some time and planning, but I could probably do it, and I'm not the smartest person in the world by any means.
And some of these people are either way dumber or just as smart as you are.
Oh, yeah, no, definitely. And I feel like some may be even smarter,
Exactly.
I mean, the criminals are not necessarily stupid people.
I don't think the Virginia Tech person was a dummy.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that you're making it more so they're having to commit crimes. Like, they're just not going to go through with the psych test. If they're like, I want to kill some people with a gun, I'm just going to skip the psych test part because clearly I'm not going to pass because I want to kill people.
I hope I never hear anybody tell me that. Like, man, I woke up this morning. You know what I think I'm going to do? I think I'm going to kill some people with a gun.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, okay.
Cool, man.
All right.
Hey, let me know when you're going to do that. I'll bring a video camera and it'll be funny.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, ring, ring.
I don't know. That's my take on it. I'm not saying that I would be against a psych test, but I think you're adding something. I think you're adding unnecessary steps for people who are just going to get them anyway.
Well, I mean, you've got to pass a background check as it is.
Exactly.
And that's going to have the same effect. It's pretty just going to discourage people from trying to follow the legal channels to get one.
Exactly.
I don't know. People can be normal as fuck one day and then just snap.
Yeah.
That's also very true. Another reason why psych tests wouldn't
fair enough. That's true.
Like,
fair.
I think it would help.
I could find a day and then find out somebody close to me committed suicide and then just snap. Like, I don't know what would happen if somebody that close to me committed suicide or did something to me or did something to themselves or did something to somebody else.
Yeah.
Like, I could just fucking snap any day.
Yeah, exactly.
And
you never know which direction you're going to snap either.
Is it likely to happen? Probably not. But I mean, is it within the realm of possibility? Absolutely.
But the thing of it is, you never know which direction you're going to snap. It could be, like you said, somebody close to you committing suicide, and you're just going to fucking lose it and be
depressed crazy.
Exactly.
Or, on a separate note, something, God forbid, something could happen to James or Emery.
Yeah.
And on that point, if something happened to James, I mean, I would freak the fuck out.
Yeah.
Like, there's a good chance I would go absolutely batshit crazy. Like, it's possible. Anything can happen, and you can't really predict stuff like that. But at the same time, I feel like even if beyond mental health exams for, like, buying a gun, but I feel like mental health assessments should be kind of pushed in the same way that, like, annual prostate exams are. Like, getting a regular one to catch onset, like, schizophrenia, Alzheimer's, stuff like that. So you can, I mean, not that it's curable or preventable, but you can start treating it earlier and hope to make it better.
Yeah, well, I mean, stuff like multiple sclerosis, if you catch that early enough, it can have pretty much no effect on you.
Fair enough.
Because they can, I mean, you know, they treat it, you don't get rid of it.
Right.
But it keeps it at that stage to where it won't get worse. It's not going to get better, but it won't get worse.
Right, and I feel like if you catch something like Alzheimer's early enough, you could probably do something similar. I mean, maybe not. I could be wrong.
I think you can definitely slow it down.
Yeah, but you can. I mean, you can slow down. There's a lot of stuff you can slow down. You can't necessarily prevent or cure, but you can slow it down. And I feel like the stuff that's not going to be found unless you do like a mental health evaluation is just as important as the stuff that is found.
Yeah, no, mental health is very important.
I would not be against annual or semi-annual.
Yeah, maybe not annual, but maybe like once every, like after you turn maybe 21, maybe they encourage you to get one once every 2 years.
Yeah, because I mean, you know, I don't know about either of you guys. I've definitely dealt with depression, and I'm doing much better now than I have been for a while.
See, and I've never really had to deal with that.
Yeah.
And there was actually a time when I was one of those people who was like, you don't have anything wrong with you, you're just a big pussy. I mean, I understand upon enlightenment that that's not exactly how it is at all. But
no.
The thing that I've had issues with is my ADHD, which I think is getting worse as I get older. And, I don't know.
My Tourette seems to get better as I get older, I think.
Right on.
I feel like it is, anyway.
I forgot you had Tourette's.
Yeah, see?
So there's that.
I don't know. I also think that
it's a good song.
It is a good song. Branching off from the ADHD and partially on that and mental health updates and whatever. I think a lot of people are. I used to not believe that ADHD was a thing, but
I did too, even though they told me I had it.
Yeah, and even now, I don't think it's as big of a deal as people say it is. In so many people,
right?
I think a lot of people, like, clearly you do. Like, sometimes whenever you especially when you come home from like a class or something like that, you're fucking jittery as shit.
Yeah,
and normally you're not like that. But some people over medicate, right, and treat things that people don't have, and those medications can have severe side effects on people because they're treating something that somebody doesn't have, right, and they're basically just drugging somebody up.
Is it too? And I can't really explain this. I don't understand it completely, but apparently there's like, to a person with attention deficit disorder, hyperactivity disorder, or whatever, they're given a stimulant because stimulants affect them differently. Right. Like, caffeine, it won't necessarily like calm me down and give me less energy. It gives me the ability to like channel it, if you will, focus. Which I've always got caffeine in my system, like I just do. So that probably helps. But like, to a person who doesn't have ADHD or something like that, they start taking Adderall, that's like doing fucking crack. Yeah. Like, that's an amphetamine. And it's designed for a certain purpose, but if you give it to a person who doesn't need it, it's really bad. Yeah.
Yeah. I've taken Ritalin and Adderall in the past.
Yeah, and admittedly, every once in a while, it's probably not going to hurt you. I mean, like, I know people who would take Adderall for, like, finals and whatnot, and, I mean, they're, like, tweaky as fuck for a few hours, but they get their homework done and they're over it. Yeah. But, no, I'm sure
I can't even, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I can't condone that, I don't think. Yeah. I feel like messing with prescription meds is really fucking not good.
I don't know. There are certain things that you could do with certain... and this is going to sound bad. I don't know. I think if you've got something like finals to study for or something like that, and you're just crashing because you're stressed, and you're tired because you've been studying so much, and
you're just overloaded.
You want to take something, I'm not saying take a bunch of it, but like, I'm not against. I wouldn't be against someone taking some Adderall or Ritalin or whatever,
as long as it's like a one-time thing. I mean, once or twice maybe during finals week, and then lay off of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I don't think that's going to hurt anybody. I mean, if anything, that could be considered doing it quote unquote recreationally.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's not. I mean, as with, not necessarily that I condone just ridiculous amounts of drug use and try every drug, but what is it that's said? Nothing in excess. Like, there's too much and too little of anything. Yeah. And with that said, like, as long as you don't overdo it, exactly, you'll probably be okay. But the problem is a lot of people tend to do that. Like, exactly, they get Adderall, they like the fact that it makes them fucking crazy and hyper and not want to eat, and they're like, oh, this is great, I'm gonna do this all the time, and they start taking it all the time, and then it stops working, and they start taking more, and then they become like addicted to it. Exactly. And well, I knew a kid who was addicted to Adderall, and it really fucked him up for a while.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's kind of where I was going with that. I mean, I don't. If I were to do it, I wouldn't want to be. I wouldn't want to do it all the time because I know I would get either addicted to it or dependent on it or whatever. And that's also another thing we talked about last week was we lightly touched on was prescription med abuse, prescription drug abuse, and I thought that was obviously prescription drug abuse is bad, right? Like, you shouldn't become dependent on anything really, and it's bad when you do. But it's just one of the, like, I don't think that's prescription drug abuse per se, because it's one of those things that you're not doing it to. if you get addicted to it, obviously you're abusing it.
Exactly.
But if you're doing it once to try to see if something helps, and maybe it does, maybe it doesn't, and you either don't do it again or
and you go to a doctor.
Or you could go to a doctor, and there are a lot of doctors supposedly that just write prescriptions for whatever the hell you want to take.
Yeah?
Yeah.
There are doctors who do that.
That's crazy. But, like, no, I agree. Because, like, okay, for example, like, a pain medication, prescription pain pills. Yeah. A lot of people don't take those recreationally and abuse the shit out of those because they get you really fucked up. Exactly. But if you take, like, say I take a Hydro because I've got the gnarliest fucking headache that I've ever had in my life, and the ibuprofen I've taken isn't helping it or anything like that, like, hypothetically, if somebody in this house had a prescription to that, which, as far as I know, nobody does, but I might be like, hey, is it okay if I have one of those? My head is just fucking splitting, and I don't feel like that would be a bad thing. But if it became like a daily, like, hey, can I get 7 or 8 of those Hydros?
Yeah, exactly.
That is where you're like, what the fuck, dude? Like,
yeah, exactly.
No, absolutely not.
Exactly, and that's kind of where I stand on that. Like, taking a Hydro or taking I don't know,
muscle relaxer.
Yeah, something like that. Like, if you're aching all over, like like you were during your
the
haunt walk
thing,
like you came home and complained constantly for days
I was
about
in some pretty severe pain,
how much pain you were in, and like even then the muscle relaxers worked, but they didn't.
Yeah,
at the same time. Like, they helped you fall asleep, I guess.
Yeah, that was about it though, because the next morning I was
in pain again.
Squatting and jumping repeatedly.
Yeah, I can't imagine that.
These muscles here were just on fire.
Yeah,
for days. It was terrible.
Yeah,
but no, like even my mom would give me something like that occasionally if I was like really, really sick or in a whole lot of pain.
Yeah,
you know, because like you don't want to. Well, at least when I was younger, we couldn't really afford to go to the doctor unless it was like an absolute emergency. So if I like hit my head on something and had a real bad headache, as opposed to taking me to the doctor and paying to see the doctor and getting some pain medication there, my mom would just be like, hey, I've got some of this left over from when I had surgery or whatever, take one of these.
Yeah. Because
there's no point in spending $150 on a headache that's going to go away in a couple days anyway.
Exactly.
As long as you can take care of it briefly, then...
Exactly.
Yeah, no, I feel
fair enough.
That's kind of where I stand on that.
Yeah, and that's fair.
I think that's completely different, though. Like, that's...
Yeah, and
that's not abusing prescription meds, though.
Exactly.
Exactly. Like,
it's using them smartly because you've got excess and you're not going to sell it on the street for $50 a pop.
No.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I don't know. Like, if you've got leftover meds.
But on the same token, I feel like even that can be potentially dangerous.
Yes.
Oh, sure.
It can be habit forming.
Well, and the thing of it is say you've got a real bad headache and you take a Hydro or something. There's a pretty good chance that before it knocks you on your ass, you're gonna feel really fucking great for a few minutes.
Yeah.
And that feeling is the type of feeling that could make a lot of people the next day be like,
that's what they want to chase.
Do that again.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And that's that.
I don't know. That's kind of how I was with morphine when I was in the hospital.
Yeah.
Like, morphine was the greatest feeling in the world because I just got a nice warm feeling right in my gut, and it just completely laid me out. Like, Ambien couldn't.
Yeah.
Ambien could not do that for me. Tylenol PM couldn't do that for me.
Yeah.
They gave me like 2 or 3 different sleeping medications, and none of them could do it. And I would just ask for some morphine, and they would bring it in, and they would inject it into my IV, and I would lay back, and if there was somebody there, I would be carrying on a conversation 1 minute and just pass the fuck out the next, because I couldn't sleep in the hospital.
Right.
I could not do it. I had somebody coming in like every 6 hours to do something for me, and probably more frequently than that, realistically.
Yeah. No, that's actually, to kind of tie this all together, like, when I was little, the doctor told me I had ADHD, and I didn't even really think that was a thing until I got older, but like, I see now what he was getting at, but I think the way it affects me the most is the fact that I have a really hard time falling asleep most nights.
That's fair.
So I've tried Benadryl, I've tried NyQuil, Tylenol PM. I've tried over-the-counter like sleep aids, and nothing really works.
You should try my fucking meds, man. Knock you the fuck out.
What is it?
It's not olanzapine.
You do that in here, and you'll clean it up.
Funny. No, but yeah. First time I ever took that medication, I slept for like 14 hours straight. Slept right through work.
See, the only over the counter anything that I've ever had help me is Benadryl. But Benadryl only works sometimes.
Yeah.
Like I can take Benadryl because I'm having problems with my allergies, and it'll knock me on my ass for 16 hours. I can take Benadryl because I'm having trouble falling asleep. Won't do a goddamn thing.
Yeah. Tell you what else might work. An anti-anxiety med like Ativan.
I'm not going to take Ativan.
They gave me Ativan once in the hospital.
Pete Wentz tried to commit suicide with Ativan.
Great. Really?
Yeah. That's a fact. In fact, it was Ativan that he wrote Hum Hallelujah about.
Yeah.
Not that I would try and commit suicide with it, but I think I'm okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All I can say is, I was having really bad anxiety attacks all the time. Just a little bit of Ativan, and I just not a care in the world, man. You're just like
the day after the tornado hit Joplin. I went to work, and I hadn't slept that night because I was close enough to it that it freaked me right the fuck on out.
Yeah.
And I had hardly slept at all that night. I just kind of laid in bed all fucking night. And the next day, I went to work, and I was still just like kind of jumpy and kind of jittery, kind of anxious, which I'm usually not. That's usually not something that bugs me. But after like an hour of being at work, and I was like dropping shit and just freaking out, my boss gave me half of a Valium, and from that point on, I was like, today is a good day. I feel pretty damn good right now. But no, the thing about me not being able to fall asleep has nothing to do with anxiety. I just can't stop thinking about shit long enough to fall asleep.
Fair enough.
Like that's why I also have to have a TV on, because eventually with the TV on, I can just kind of passively pay attention to the TV and fall asleep.
Yeah, that's usually what I do.
I don't know why I have to have a TV on whenever I sleep. I don't know what it is about me.
Have you done it much of your life?
Yeah.
That's probably why.
That's why I have.
That's a lot of it. I don't know. Like, I could do it. I did it for a while because I was trying to break myself of, I guess, the habit. Yeah. Like, I was trying to... For the longest time, I couldn't stand the dark. And it's not that I was afraid of the dark. Yeah. It's just the weirdest feeling. Like, I just can't... I don't know. In the dark, you don't have anything to look at. Yeah. Specifically, especially when you're, like, not quite tired enough to fall asleep, but you're not quite awake enough to do anything else. Yeah. Like, if you get out of bed, you're going to be out of bed for a while or whatever. Yeah. But if you lay in bed for 15 or 20 minutes or 30 minutes or whatever, like, you're going to fall asleep. Yeah. But I lay in bed, and I'll just start, like, seeing shit, Mm-hmm. Like those little, like, not really hallucinations.
Like the floaters, though?
Yeah, like floaters and, like, weird colors and shit.
Yeah, no, I see that.
That's how I get in the dark, and I can't. It weirds me out.
Yeah,
not like in a bad way, not like in I'm an afraid way, but like I'm just like, this is too weird.
Yeah, like it's bothering me, and I can't sleep.
It makes me more uncomfortable.
I like to have the TV on for that portion of the evening, but I love to have a TV with like a sleep timer or something on it. So if I wake up in the middle of the night, it's dark.
See, I can't stand that. If I wake up in the middle of the night and it's dark, I freak the fuck out.
See, I don't have too big an issue with that. Mine is mostly my hearing. Like, maybe I have tinnitus or something. Mm-hmm. But, the few times in the past that I have, like, since I started sleeping with, either a stereo. I started sleeping with a stereo going when I was really young. And then I graduated the TV. And now I can't go to sleep unless I have the, the fluctuating light and the sound. Yeah. Like, if I just have a stereo playing, it's still hard for me to sleep. But if I just don't sleep with anything, I think my brain invents noises. Yeah. Like, it thinks there should be noise. Yeah. So I'll hear, like, ringing or like people talking and things. Like I'll hear my friends' voices saying, "Hey man, what's up?"
You know what really
and I'm
fucks
like,
with me?
That I should maybe this is me going insane, but it's not because it doesn't happen when I'm awake.
We have speakers in the bathroom, or we did. They're downstairs now.
Yeah.
I should probably bring those back up here. But we have speakers in the bathroom that they'll be on, but there's nothing plugged into them. But they'll pick up fucking radio waves.
Really?
And I'll hear like country music when I go in to take a shit at 4 a.m.
Really?
And it's and
that's
it's just,
creepy.
It's just really faint, but I'll be sitting there and I'll be like, what the fuck? But no, I can. When I was little, like my parents wouldn't let me have a TV in my room, so I always fell asleep listening to like. Well, when I was really little, I had like Disney movies on tape.
Yeah.
And I would listen to that or the radio or whatever. But then I got a TV. But as long as there's sound, the light actually kind of bothers me. But if I close my eyes and kind of look away from it, it's not a big deal. But as long as there's sound, I'm usually gonna be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
I have to find a perfect volume too, because it can't be quiet, or else I freak out because I think.
Yeah, and it can't be too loud.
And it can't be too loud, or else I won't be able to go to sleep because it's loud. Like I've got to find a perfect setting.
I have to find something. I usually have to find something that I've watched like dozens of times too, because otherwise I'll just want to stay up and watch it.
See, I've got to pick something. If it's something I've watched dozens of times, that means I like it, and I'll probably want to watch it again. But
Fair enough.
If it's something new that I haven't seen, that I want to see, I can't watch it because I want to watch it. It has to be something that I don't really want to watch.
Yeah. To
fall asleep to.
Fair enough.
Either that, or like there's a handful of movies that I can fall asleep to because they're movies I've seen 10,000 times. Like I can fall asleep to Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back because I can just continue that movie in my dreams because I know it so well.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is the internet? Oh, such a good. Anyway,
good movie.
What are we looking at on time now? Spencer Rose.
About 1 3/4 almost.
Yeah.
Almost.
Dang.
That sounds about right.
Sounds like a decent time. I feel like we've had this latter half has been full of interesting conversation.
Yeah.
Fluctuated a lot.
It has.
Anything else good on Ask Reddit or?
Not really.
Not really.
No. I don't know. Anything else happened this last week?
I started working. Whatever that's worth.
There's that. Yeah. I was thinking more broad.
Oh.
Like more world. Including.
There was that whole rape thing with the girl from Steubenville or whatever it was. Did you hear about that?
I didn't hear about that.
What happened now?
These guys at a party, at a high school party, like filmed themselves raping this chick that was clearly just passed the fuck out. And they were like dragging her across the floor and they raped her and whatnot. They filmed themselves doing it. And they were convicted for doing so. But now there's this huge backlash because they were the good old boy football players that did it. And, you know, their lives were ruined because of that, is the argument, which I think is bullshit. I mean, they raped a chick. Fuck them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
no, there shouldn't be any leniency for that. There shouldn't
be.
I agree. And then Fox News, who was on the side of the boys, obviously, because they're Fox News, used the girl's name, who was a minor and a rape victim.
No way.
And they used her
name.
They didn't. They leaked her name.
That's fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I heard that the only reason like that even got the press was because some guy on his blog wouldn't stop talking about it because, you know, the local government officials and the local school was trying to push that shit down because we can't have the star football players being convicted of gang raping a fucking drunk passed out chick.
It wasn't even a matter of being convicted. Like, it was on videotape. And there was no question as to whether or not it happened.
Yeah, well, I didn't. I heard it wasn't on videotape. I heard they had people talking about it.
Tape.
I heard that people were talking about it happening on tape.
It's my understanding that they had it on film.
They actually filmed it. Okay, that's fucked up.
Them dragging her off and doing stuff to her.
Fair enough. See, and here's the other thing that bugs me.
Poor girl. If you hear this, I'm on your side.
Yeah, that's not cool.
That's fucked up.
No, but here's the other thing that bugs me. People are like, well, it's her fault. She put herself in that position. I recognize the fact that women need to be careful. Everybody really needs to be careful when they go to a party. Make your own fucking drinks. Don't drink too much.
Yeah.
Be careful about use the buddy system, or just don't go to these parties and put yourself in that situation. Yeah. That's a better idea than being in that situation. Like, but it's not her. At the end of the day, it's not her fucking fault.
Right. Yeah.
She didn't say, "I'm going to get drunk and get raped."
She probably could have made some wiser decisions that evening, but ultimately, she wasn't laying there on the ground passed out with a note that she had written pre-passing out saying, "If you guys find this, please fuck me," because that didn't happen. Yeah, like they were just like, she's passed out, she's not gonna fight. Like that's bullshit. That's a crime. Like
and
she got wasted ass drunk underage, also a crime. But that still not all crimes are equal.
Exactly.
I mean,
and in all fairness, I'm saying these guys should be pay for it. I haven't seen the video. I haven't seen the evidence. I have no. Right. I can't say whether these guys are guilty or not. Right. But if everything that is being said is true, then they need to go to jail.
And on that note, there's probably a lot of girls who go to parties like that
say I got raped
and cry rape.
Yeah,
but I
and that's like, another reason guys need to be careful.
Yeah, but I feel like in that situation, like if I also haven't seen the videos because that in and of itself would be a crime, but.
Would it really?
Yes.
Yeah, because they're underage.
Oh, fair enough.
Yes. But I feel like if what I understand about the story is true, then fuck those guys. And the thing is, they were convicted. Like they're going to, I guess, wherever 17-year-old boys go when they commit a heinous crime. But they're going to be released when they're 21.
Yeah, that's a bad idea. Well, see, here's the thing that bugs me. You've got testimony from people, sure. But how many people are just... And, I'm not trying to play devil's advocate here, but what if this is all just a bunch of bullshit and these kids' lives are being ruined just because some girl doesn't know what happened to her and some people told her that she was raped?
No, that was the thing. She wasn't going to say anything because she didn't know what had happened. And then somebody else came out with the video. She didn't even want to press charges. Like, it was not her idea. Her parents.
So this is the state.
Well, it was her parents who were the ones who made the decision to press charges. Which I think, I don't know.
I don't know. I'm always hesitant to ruin someone's fucking life because of something that cannot 100% be proven.
Right.
If you have 100% proof of this chick laying there and these two guys fucking her, if you have that on video, yes. But everything else, you know how much people gossip in fucking high school?
Well, and in small towns in general.
And in small towns in general? People just fucking talk shit in high school, want to talk a big game because they think that they're talking about something cool. Like, I can't tell you how many times I've probably heard people talk about doing illegal shit that they may or may not have done because they thought it made them look cool.
Yeah.
Who knows that didn't fucking happen?
That's fair.
And that's... I'm obviously not condoning it if they did it, but let's look at the American judicial system, which is supposed to be innocent until proven guilty, and not fuck up someone's life. Like, we do that constantly. We send people to prison for life, and then find out 30 years later they didn't do it.
Yeah,
but just because we're fucking jumping on the bandwagon right there.
Well, and to that,
can't make snap judgments on this kind of shit.
Point, a lot of people, the problem with the judicial system, a big problem with the judicial system anyway, is that a lot of these trials are very public. Think Casey Anthony.
Yeah.
Think O.J. Simpson.
Yeah, and that's part of the issue.
And I'm not saying that they did or didn't do it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wasn't there. I don't have all the evidence.
Exactly.
But both of those cases specifically were very, very publicized.
Yes.
And everybody in the public either was very much on one side or very much on the other. Nobody was really in the middle.
And most of the people were on one side.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Most of the people were very vocal about being on one side. That Casey Anthony did it, or that O.J. Simpson did it.
And that is just another example of why the media is fucking us.
That's a pretty good example.
Like, the media affects the outcome of court trials.
And those people aren't supposed to have any kind of outside influence.
Exactly. But it's fucking impossible at this day and age.
It is fucking impossible.
That's what I really like.
You would have to take away those people's phones. Mm-hmm. You'd have to basically lock them in individual rooms to, I guess, with the evidence of themselves. Mm-hmm. I guess they have to deliberate amongst each other. But still, like, you would have to take away all of those people's cell phones, all of those people's access to TV. They wouldn't be able to leave the courthouse.
Or talk to any of their friends or family.
Exactly. Isn't that what normally happens? They sequester the jury, don't they?
I feel like it's not quite that intense.
I don't think they take their phones.
I really do. I really feel like it's not quite that intense. I don't know that for a fact. I've never been on jury duty. But I feel like they don't... like, they're supposed to, but they don't really go through all that. Especially because I feel like the jury duty system has not been updated in probably the last 10, 15 years. Or more. And it is much more... like, things have gotten much more advanced in the last 20 years. Like, think O.J. Simpson's trial was roughly 20 years ago. And think about how much media coverage that got.
I think I was in...
and then compare that to Casey Anthony.
Fourth grade?
That sounds about... it was in the early 90s, right?
93 or 94.
Yeah, it was in the early 90s.
Yeah.
Compare that to Casey Anthony, like, what, 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Her trial was 2 years ago?
Not too long ago, yeah.
Even year and a half
pretty
ago.
Recent.
Like...
but, I mean, the difference is during the O.J. Simpson trial, yeah, it was all over the TV, but Casey Anthony was all over my phone and my computer and the TV
That's my
and
entire
the Xbox and fucking everything else. Like, it's everywhere.
Facebook,
we can't avoid it. It's literally impossible to not.
See, but that's what I really like about, at least in England, their news channels are not allowed to appear biased on either side. They report the facts.
They shouldn't be able to hear either.
That is awesome. I like that. And no, they should be able to hear. Fox News should have to fucking report facts. Like actual real facts.
And on the same side,
not
MSNBC should too.
We're making...
CNN,
that's fair.
CNN should actually be able to be fucking reporting anything but their fucking opinions, because apparently that's all CNN has been doing right now.
Really?
Like, from what I've been reading about CNN and what I've read on CNN has become bullshit.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, what was that?
Bullshit on the opposite
something
level
earlier.
of Fox News.
I think I read on Reddit. I don't remember what it was.
I don't even think it's that much. I think it's just bullshit from what I've been reading. Like, they just report on the most inane bullshit.
Oh, yeah?
Well, if you notice, Daily Show hasn't had like a CNN clip. It's all been Fox News or MSNBC.
Yeah.
So
that is one show that is allowed to be and should stay
but it's also supposed to be a comedy show.
Yeah,
it's supposed to deliver news in a funny way.
Yeah.
It is entertaining, if only for one side of the
Oh no, it's funny for anyone who can appreciate a joke.
That's
whatever side you're on.
No, you should be able to. I agree. You should be able to appreciate a joke, whatever side you're on.
I have a feeling that Republicans can take jokes less.
I don't have that as a feeling.
I feel like there are plenty of them that can, but I feel like most.
Well, I don't know. There are also a lot of Democrats who can't take a fucking joke about.
That's very true. I won't disagree.
We make a joke about eating animals, and they want to fucking shove a head of lettuce in your face.
Exactly. Or TSA grants the ability to carry pocket knives, and all they want to do is get them banned again.
Yeah.
Because they're scared for their lives.
I don't know. I think it's ridiculous.
You could get killed with a pocket knife.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you could get killed with a pocket knife, but the odds of being killed
or some other similar,
the odds of it happening on
jab, like right in your fleshy bits, sure.
Like
they can stab you in the kidney.
I just feel like you're going to have to get hit in a very, very vital spot.
Hurt like a bitch.
Yeah, but and it
even
would be...
if somebody does get killed, that's one person that person is going to kill before they're taken down.
Yeah, with a fucking pocket.
But even the odds of that one person dying are slim.
Exactly. And how many more times is that really going to happen? Because they saw how well it went over the first time.
Yeah. Well, there was that one guy who stabbed that stewardess. yeah, that guy got his neck broken, man. Like,
that guy got the fuck tased out of him. The taste fuck out of him.
He got his neck broken and he pissed himself on the plane. Like, do you really want that to happen to you?
Do you really want to be that guy in prison? Yeah, I was on a plane, and then I stabbed somebody with a pocket knife, and then I got the tase fucked out of me.
I got the tase fucked out of me.
Because he can't talk right because he was tased so bad. And then I pissed myself.
Then I missed my pelf.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then I fit all over the floor.
Yeah, I wondered about that. How the fuck do you take over an entire plane full of people with a box cutter?
I wondered that too.
I can't imagine being on a plane and somebody stands up with a box cutter and I'm like, oh shit, my life is flashing before my eyes.
Yeah, I better stay sat the fuck down.
And snap it.
Yeah, like if I were in that situation, I'd be like, hey, can I borrow that?
I don't know.
I got a box over here. I need to open it. Can I? You're dumb. Thanks.
Yeah. Excuse me, Mr. Air Marshal. Will you tase that man so I can borrow his box knife?
Well, there may not have been air marshals at that point in time. I don't.
That's very true.
Remember when that happened?
We're coming up on 2 hours now, aren't we?
Probably past. Anyway.
Man, Patrick Stewart's fiance is not bad looking. He's
getting
married.
Goddamn woman in the world.
He's getting married by Ian McKellen.
Or man.
Ian McKellen's ordained.
I guess.
Ian McKellen's gay.
I know.
I mean, that's not uncommon knowledge, but I didn't know he was ordained.
I'm ordained.
Are you?
Technically, yeah.
By what church?
On the internet?
Yeah.
Oh, so if I wanted to get married right now, you could marry me.
I could.
I mean, not marry me, but you could.
I've got a witness. He's got a witness.
Yeah. I could.
I mean, I don't want to get married.
If I had the paperwork.
There's that too.
Yeah, you have to have the marriage license, but yeah, I can totally marry you.
That's neat.
Yeah.
I just thought it'd be a neat thing to do.
Yeah. Did you have to pay for it?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good then.
Yeah.
Anyway, we should probably maybe consider wrapping this up.
Yeah.
This is probably the longest one so far.
I think all I wanted to say was that, Gandalf is going to marry Patrick Stewart to his wife. His future wife. Gandalf is going to marry Jean-Luc Picard.
Yeah, there you go.
I was going to say Professor Xavier, but...
Or that.
No, he's Jean-Luc Picard. He will always be Jean-Luc Picard.
What the fuck is this shit?
Marines suspend 60mm rounds.
Giggity. I don't know what that means.
Because of a deadly explosion, I guess. An accidental explosion, maybe?
That's a big round.
That is a big round.
It's a fucking mortar round, so yeah.
Yeah, that's a big round.
It's not small either.
Oh, wow. Apparently it killed 8 Marines. Fuck.
Yeah. That sounds about right, yeah.
There's a video? How is there a video?
I don't want to watch the video.
It's probably not a video of the thing actually exploding.
Oh, is it not?
It's probably a news video. You should not
bother it with it.
Yeah.
It is on Fox News.
Yeah, there's that too.
Oh, they're gonna blow up. A plant shop. That's sad.
That's sad. Anyway, internet. Thanks for listening. Unless there's something else you guys have to...
Nah, I really can't think anything. I'm just trying to... I'm surprised we went this long. I was gonna see if we could wrap it up earlier, but...
Yeah.
We kind of just found some fun stuff to talk about, so just let it go.
The Ask Credit thing.
Yeah, the Ask Credit thing.
Yes.
Ask Credit.
Ask Credit.
Anyway, thanks for listening, internet.
Yeah, been fun, been real. Feel free to like us on Facebook, follow us on Facebook, +1 us. Watch us on YouTube, youtube.com/thecheerleadereffect.
Do we have a Google Plus?
We do.
Why?
Give us +1 on there.
Oh, I mean, follow us on Google Plus.
Yay!
Whatever.
There's something called Vine.
There's something called Vine?
I don't know what it is.
That
Hold
sounds
on.
really lame.
Apparently it's owned by Twitter.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, you can follow us on Twitter, too.
Makeup and Ponies and MySpace.com.
Vine.
Great.
Wow.
Something else I'm not going to use. It looks like it's a video thing.
Is it like Instagram for videos?
Vlogs, maybe? I don't know. Anyway, I don't think that is a...
Alright,
I don't think that's important. I think we should wrap it up.
Yeah.
Here.
Okay, yeah, it's used to create and post short video clips.
Yes.
Fuck 'em.
Vlogs.
So it's Twitter with videos. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, no. I mean, follow us on Twitter, yeah.
It has to be 240 seconds long or less.
Yeah?
Yeah.
No, 64. How many characters can you type on Twitter?
I thought it was like 148 or something like that.
148.
How many could you used to be able to type on Twitter?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Fair enough.
Whatever.
Okay. Thanks, Internet.
Wow.
What?
All right. We said that at the same time.
Awesome.
All right. See ya.
Catch you on
Love you.